Record. We're rolling live and direct.
I slammed my table and my camera's gone off.
You are, mate. That's what you are. We're back. This is 2025. This year, we're going to look at everything 2024. We're going to find out if you're an MMA casual or an hardcore. I hope you've been brushing up on your homework, Ash. I hope you've been paying attention throughout the year to everything that's happened in the UFC. First off, we have some game rules. We have 3 rounds. Starting with 3, you actually get 1 additional question per round. So we're going to be 12 questions in total. A total of 26,000 points to be had here. Imagine what you can get with 26,000 points, Ash. Lifelines, you got 3 lifelines. Now, 50-50 is limited to only round 2.
Don't need lifelines. Let's see how we get
You
on.
might say that, but maybe. Maybe. Ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
The guy can't even count our 5, let alone do an MMA quiz, for crying out loud.
First question. In last year, John Jones successfully defended the UFC heavyweight title twice. Is that true or is it false?
That's false. You only defended it once.
False.
False. He was injured for most of it.
He was. But let's see if that is correct. Seemed real confident. And you're right, false. Indeed, straight out of bat. 4, start nice and easy. Correct. Next one up. The UFC beat a pay-per-view revenue record last year, surpassing the record held by Alvarez versus McGregor in 2016. Is that true or is that false?
New pay-per-view record last year. Trying to think of what sort of fights we had on there.
I'm thinking true, but then obviously you're thinking of Conor McGregor years, aren't you?
They increased the pay-per-views last year. I'm sure they did, the price of it. So I think I'm going to go with true.
I'm not confident, but I think it's true.
Yeah, I'll stick with true. I said true initially.
True, in fact, yes. It was. It actually beat McGregor versus Alvarez back in 2016. Do you know what event it was that really busted those records?
Oh, I've forgotten the name of the event, but was it the one at the Sphere?
That would be right. Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it broke so many records. I think the pre-sales gate for pay-per-view, but also it kind of blew the revenue. It got the most gross.
I mean,
revenue
tickets were like astronomical, though, weren't they? So it was always going to break those.
Yeah, exactly. Last year was the first year we saw a contender from Dana White's Contender Series finally become champion. Now, is that true or is that false?
False, because Jamal Hill was the year before.
Are you sure?
The year before.
I think the first person to do it was Jamal Hill, but I think he done that last year because obviously O'Malley at the start of the year was already champion, and obviously he was Dana White Contender Series as well. So yeah, I'm going to say false.
Was that the end of last year? I think it's false.
Locking in false?
Locking in false.
The answer is false. In fact, you're right. Yeah, it was Hill. Now, after Hill was Sean O'Malley, but they both did lose last year. Well, we're into round 2. This one's multiple choice.
Here we go.
3,000 points in the bag for you, my friend.
I think I'm already doing better than last year, you know? So all downhill from here.
4 options, 1 correct answer. Choose wisely. Remember your lifelines. And you have 30 seconds to answer them.
Okay. Wow. All right, then.
2,000 points per question you get right. Let's get into it. Which of these top 10 fighters did not fight last year, 2024? Beneil Dariush, Dan Hooker, Yair Rodriguez, or Henry Cejudo?
It would be Beneil Dariush.
Beneil Dariush.
15 seconds. And it's your final answer.
Because I know Dan Hooker did. Henry
6
Cejudo
seconds.
did.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to lock in Beneil Dariush.
Yeah, I think he fought Arman, but I don't know if Arman was last year or this year.
Let's find out who's been inactive in 2024. It was Beneil Dariush. Congratulations. Yeah, his last fight was against Arman Tsarukyan, but it was on December the 2nd, 2023. So it wasn't too far before the big gong.
That's why
of
it's
the
quite
new
fresh
year.
in my memory, because
like
I'm glad I stuck with that.
Shut up, here we go. Right into it. Last year marked 30 years for the UFC, but how many pay-per-view events did they host within it?
You asked this one last year.
Oh, between January and December, the whole year. 13.
similar to what I asked last year. You're correct, but this is pay-per-views I'm asking, not actual events.
14.
Not always. No, it's probably going to be 12, but my instinct was 13.
4 seconds. Is that your final answer?
Isn't it?
Time's up. Final answer.
Yes.
Cool.
Because usually there's one a month, and then there's at least 1 month that has an extra one. So I think I'm 13.
13. Final answer. We use no lifelines in this one. Let's see if you are correct. And the answer is 14.
What?
Yes,
Oh,
out of 42
wow.
events, there were 14 pay-per-view events. At least 2 months had 2 events in. The answer is 14, Breezy. Not bad. Not bad at all.
What again?
So yeah, just like last year, there was 42 events. That's why I asked you last year. And I think you got that question wrong last year, actually. Questions up. Which fighter has the lowest fighting time in 2024? The lowest fighting time out of all these fighters.
Even though he had like 4 fights this year, Carlos Prates. I don't know why, but I am.
Are you confident with Prades? That's locked in.
The next closest one would have been Pereira, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I said it. No, I think it's wrong.
Walk me through your thinking there,
First round, I
because
think.
Prates has fought more times than Pereira.
He has, but I think it's all first round. And Pereira went 3 rounds with. I know Pereira fought 4 times as well, didn't, or 3 times, and I think in one of them he went 4 rounds with
Roundtree. Yeah, and then he knocked out. Oh, that's so tight. I want to say Alex Pereira.
That's your final answer?
That is my final answer.
All right. Well, let's have a look to see who has got that right. And it is Carlos Prates. Yeah, this one took me some time to crunch the numbers. I had to add them all up. But he fought effectively 6 rounds in 2024. A total of 27 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah,
Pereira was right behind 7 rounds, but 27 and 59 seconds. So it was real close between the two. And the other guys, of course, sure enough, have been really putting in the graft this year. Next one up. Who's reported to have said, the UFC won't let Paddy Pimblett fight me? Was it Matt Favola, Moicano, Gamrot, or Hooker?
Can I use my 50-50 on this one, please, actually?
50-50, you sure?
It's either Favola or Moicano.
Got lifelines.
Yeah, 50-50.
You can.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
you
cash
can.
it in.
Just take away 2 incorrect answers and leave you with 2 correct answers. I can tell you it is not Mateusz Gamrot, nor is it Dan Hooker.
My instinct's gone for Renato Maracano. We're gonna have to stick with that, mate.
But I think I'm gonna go with Renato Moicano purely because I think there's more hype around Moicano and Paddy, and it's gone on for a little longer.
I think it was a friend of the channel, Matt Favola.
Your final answer is Matt Favola, yeah? Okay. You were so close to that one, Breezy. The answer is Renato Moicano. It is Renato Moicano, correct, yes. In fact, it was both Moicano and Drew Dober who have reported to have said this. However, I could only put one of them in the question. And, they still have not had any bite from the UK prospect, alas. So, because you got it wrong, that's minus 2,000 points. You, my friend, are currently sitting on 9,000 points. Now we're going into round 3. A total of 15,000 points can be won here in this very final stretch. Exciting. All to be redeemed.
I remember this one from last year. Oof.
10 seconds to commit every one of these cards to memory. And then I'm going to ask you a question relating to the cards. Now you still do have 2 lifelines. And it might be worth to use because these points are so valuable. But we shall see how we get on. Okay. In round 3. First one. Look at the cards. Commit them to memory. What could be the question? I wonder.
Okay.
Here's your question. Which of the previous fighters had retired or been released by the UFC in 2024?
Devin Clark.
I can't remember his name, but it was number 1.
That's your final answer.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I'm going to go with number 1. Final answer.
Final answer, number 1. Now, you spent 100 points on this lifeline, but it'll be worth it because what you will get in return is 2,900 if you are correct. Let's find out if you're correct.
Can't
It was
remember
number
his name.
1. Devin Clark was his
Devin
name.
Clark,
He was released
that's it,
in
yes. Devin Clark,
February.
that's the one, yeah.
Light heavyweight division. That gives you
his
free.
screaming father
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, we'd have to put up that anymore. It's quite right. That is 3,000 points for you. 2,900 points. That's it. Not bad. Good start. That's 3,000 points. Nice and healthy. Bank
Yes.
that. Commit these cards to memory, if you please.
Yes.
And time. Here's your question. List the fighters in order from the highest to the lowest ranked in their respective division.
Oh, fucking hell.
Highest ranked being closer to 1.
Bryce Mitchell, Urseg. It's Tabitha Ricci, right?
Or
Amanda
Rebus.
Ribas. Shit.
So I think like Rebus is like 6th, Bryce is like 7th or 8th. I think Urseg's like 9th or 10th, I think.
Okay. So Bryce, so you went 3, 1, 2 in that order.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if you're right. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Urseg, Rebus, and then Mitchell.
Yeah, I'll stick to that. Yeah.
You sure?
Why not? I don't. Yeah, I think so.
If you get this right, JK, that is another 3,000 points. That's going to take your score right up to 8,900 points. Knocking on the door. If you get it wrong, it's going to reset you right back to where you were at the end of round 1. So, there's a lot right on this one.
There is indeed.
Let's see if you're right. You were correct.
Yeah,
And it was.
It's so close. I knew it was so close. Oh,
Oh my
wow.
goodness. Good gosh, Breezy, you're on fire. Absolutely. Rebus comes in at number 8, Seg is at number 9, and Mitchell is number 13. So the rankings were, in fact, in that order 3, 2, and 1. Next up, we're into question number 3. 10 seconds on the clock. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's your question. Which of these fighters debuted last year in 2024?
Debuted.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's actually quite tough.
Which?
Yeah, because he kicked off things with Trevin. Kicked off the year against Trevin Giles. B-Tech Anthony Smith. I'm not quite sure.
Did we see Connor's Prates last year? Yeah, we're going to have to go for number 3.
And that's your final answer, yeah?
Yeah, but I think it's Prates. I think Prates fought 4 times this year, but made his debut. Not a million percent sure, but yeah, we'll go for number 3.
You still with me?
Was it Prates? I think it was Carlos Prates, you know.
His debut was last year?
Was it? Oh, I want to say it was. Why do I want to say it was? I'm going to look such an idiot if he's not.
I can't remember.
You do have a lifeline.
What's my remaining lifeline?
So you have a doggy life, which means if you apply it now, you can pick whatever you like. If you get it right, you get the points. If you get it wrong, doggy life will protect you from losing the 2,000.
I think doggy life would be safe on this one.
Yep.
It's going to
Okay,
kick
cool.
me
It's
when
applied.
I know the answer, though. I'm going to go with Prates.
That's your final answer.
Yeah.
Cool. Prates, you've just got
Oh, it
yourself
was
2,900
Prates.
points, JK. Absolutely. Not bad
Oh.
at all. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay, next one up. Commit these cards to memory. This is question 4 of 3.
Ooh.
Have a good look. What could I possibly ask you next? Who has the longest win streak out of the 3 fighters you've just seen?
Oh, man. Should have done doggy on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I'm going to use a lifeline. We'll go doggy life.
What would you have said? 1, 2, or 3? What card number?
3.
There's a reason you may put that woman in there. Is there a reason you put it in there? Because that Marcus McGee's on a bit of a win streak, man.
Could be Archer, emissary of the Gorgonites.
I'll use that. I'll use that doggy life, and I'm actually going to go for number 1.
Okay. Now, it could either save you, or it could just deduct 100 points off of the correct answer.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two.
The reason.
Let's see if this doggy life has come through. Let's see, shall we? The
I
answer
need
is...
to know.
It's actually Mario Bautista.
Bautista! That's good,
I know. Breezy, you would have been right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
7.
Bautista.
7.
7-fight win streak. And all of those fights are in the UFC as well.
I thought he lost. No.
7-fight win streak. Bautista's
he
just
beat
been
Aldo,
doing
didn't he?
it. He's been
Oh,
doing
damn it.
insane. All right, we're on to the final one. Commit these cards to
Whoa.
memory.
3 big hitters.
Big steppers. Now that's that. Question coming up. Do you know what card all these guys fought on by any chance?
It would have been 300, wouldn't it?
It was, yeah. 300.
Yeah, that's
How can we finish a quiz without landing on the most successful event of the year? Well, one of. And it paid handsomely too. You know, the bonuses doubled from 50,000 to about 300,000 for the winners. Each of these fighters were there to attest this. Can you attach the purse to the fighters that you saw on the previous screen?
Yeah, I'm going to go with... I think Max has got C, Oliveira's got A, and Gaethje's got B.
Okay. Now this is total. We're looking at total.
And then did they get a fight tonight as well? So did Justin Gaethje get A, and then Charles got 770 because Charles Oliveira lost to Arman Saruki in that fight.
Justin Gaethje, A, with Max Holloway, C. Because I'm pretty sure they both got pretty good bonuses that night.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Man, oh man. Well, we're gonna switch up again, man. We're gonna stick with Max at C, and then we're gonna go Justin Gaethje at A, because they must have got a fight tonight, surely. And then we go for B, Charles Oliveira.
And the answer is actually Gaethje made the
What?
most. Wild.
What?
I know.
Why did Gaethje earn the most money out of that? That makes no sense.
You were correct though with B. I mean, Charles Oliveira, he was a former champion in the division, holding the belt, parading that thing around. Only got 779,000.
If I was Charles and I was taking that home after a fight, I wouldn't be complaining.
But that is the end of round 3, Breezy. Out of a total of 26,000 points that you could have had, you had made 7,800 points.
Ooh, that's steep.
What was the toughest one for you?
I think the win streak one was pretty tough.
The win streak one of Bautista wouldn't have put him, and I wouldn't have put that order of the money wise.
That's the main thing. As long as I beat Ash, then I'm pretty happy. I'm content with the way that I have performed in this quiz.
No, that's embarrassing. I'm quitting. I'm retiring.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone, so you guys reveal it whenever you get to reveal it. JK's going to
Hi,
think that
Mum.
you've
What's for
probably got-
tea?
Let's see if you guys at home have been able to play along and what your score was. Put it in the chats below. I'll have to find out and see. But that's been fun. Happy New Year. Hope it's been a great start already. Do like and subscribe and find us back here every week with ATF as we give full breakdowns for fight cards as well as watch-alongs as well. So you're never watching alone, but you're watching along in fantastic community. You know the place to be.